Welcome to my January 16th video update. Last week, my two favorite video-related mobile apps got important updates: LumaFusion and FilmicPro. These updates coincided with the announcement of Western Digital's new SSD, solid-state drive, MyPassport drive. But I was also excited to learn that the update will work with the WD MyPassport Pro wireless drive that I have. So this little drive, as you can see, the form factor is really quite small. It's not tiny, but it's small, certainly portable. I always take it with me on vacations. And so right now, my iPhone is connected to this. And as I'm recording on FilmicPro, once I stop the recording, it will automatically transfer the video to this hard drive in a place that I've designated. So that's what the update with FilmicPro accomplishes. So I had to wait for these updates to come out. I had heard about them, but they hadn't released yet. And so I kept looking and looking. FilmicPro was the first one to come out. And so I explored that a little bit, and that's the way it works. It's really quite nice. The new SSD drive from Western Digital isn't going to actually start delivering until the middle of February. But the nice thing is the software works with this older drive, which isn't itself terribly old. And it's far cheaper than the SSD because it's a regular spinning drive. So the cost of it versus the new SSD drive for an equivalent amount of space is tremendously lower. So the way that FilmicPro works is you go into the menu, the little cog menu in FilmicPro. To the devices menu, they now have a new entry called Archive Target. So you have to set that archive target. And once you set up your device, your phone in this case, to be connected to the hard drive, then it's just a matter of, in this archive target, clicking, selecting the hard drive, selecting the folder you want your files to go to, and you're done. And then you can retrieve them, and that's the beauty with LumaFusion afterwards, because the new update to LumaFusion 1.5, which came out a couple days later, adds the ability, it's always had the ability to import data from cloud sources and files, iPhone files and so on. But now they've added a wireless network drive, and the MyPassport Pro is a wireless network drive. So you identify the folder, and the file has been saved there by FilmicPro, and now you can pick it up with LumaFusion. So this is beautiful because it now becomes part of the weight of LumaFusion and is not also residing in your Photos app, therefore kind of taking up double space on your iPhone. So that's really helpful for mobile editing, recording and editing of video. And remember, and I find some people get confused by this, this is a Wi-Fi drive, so it creates its own hotspot. It has nothing to do with Wi-Fi and connecting you to the internet. Unless, as in the case, I have it connected to, or I connect to it, and then the drive, the admin section of the drive allows me to connect the drive to my home network. But I could be off on a ship, on a trip, for example, or someplace where I do not have Wi-Fi, and still use this device as a Wi-Fi hotspot to connect to for the exchange of files. I can't get out to the internet, but I can still get to the drive and retrieve files from it or put files on it, as I've just explained. So that's great. It really makes editing on the go much more manageable now and much easier. Plus, it ultimately can save space on the device that you're using, the iPhone that you're using, or the iPad that you're using. Now, of course, this works with Android for FilmicPro, but LumaFusion is only available for iOS. Another interesting thing that LumaFusion added that FilmicPro didn't, as far as I can figure out, is to give support to SanDisk I Expand. And that's that little drive that I have. It clips into my iPhone and my iPad. So it has a lightning port at one part and a USB port at another, so you can also transfer it to a computer or to a USB drive. But now I can plug this in, and the LumaFusion app will recognize it when I go to import data. It'll be one of the sources. So I could save things to the I Expand drive, the SanDisk I Expand drive, and retrieve them from that using LumaFusion, which really doesn't make a whole lot of sense, as I can do this other thing and I can have that drive with me. But if I don't have the drive with me, for example. And another scenario could be the SanDisk I Expand drive actually has a camera app built into it. So I can have this attached to my iPhone, record video using the video function of the camera app that's part of the SanDisk I Expand app. It's recording that video right to my iPhone in the SanDisk area. And then when I'm finished recording, I don't have all the nice features I have in FilmicPro, but it's a basic video app and quite good. I can just then switch over to LumaFusion on my iPhone and retrieve the data right from this. So what that means is I can use this in my iPhone and the SanDisk camera app to record video, and then remove this device from my iPhone, plug it into my iPad, and I can retrieve the video I just recorded with LumaFusion from the SanDisk I Expand. So it's a win-win. Lots of exciting things, and what I intend to do is go into more depth in how both of these apps work with these different devices in photography and technology tools. I was going to do that in today's episode, but then I realized I need to use photography and technology tools more for really longer reviews of things, and also for explaining how things work. That's what photography and technology tools is about, and I've kind of ignored that series for several months now. So my new plan is to try and get one episode of video updates out every week, on Tuesdays typically. And on Saturdays, instead of having a video update, have a photography and technology tools. I have a number of topics that I've had on my list to work on for some time. So I have material at least to get me into the next couple months, and to see if this works out. I've been pretty much focusing on the episodes for video updates as opposed to the other series that I have. So that's the plan. Thank you very much for checking in today, and I'll see you in my next video update. Good day.